most defining moments in the Bible, the giving of the Ten Commandments. This is the full animated Bible story follows Moses as he ascends the mountain to meet with God. Chapter 1. Moses on the mountain. The air was still as Moses climbed Mount Sinai, his figure small against the towering peak. The Israelites waited below, encamped in the wilderness, their hearts trembling at the thunder, lightning, and smoke that surrounded the mountain. God had called Moses up, saying, "Come up to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you tablets of stone with the law and commandments I have written for their instruction." The mountain shook as the presence of the Lord descended in fire. Moses, unafraid but reverent, stepped into the thick cloud and vanished from the sight of the people. For 40 days and nights, Moses remained on the mountain. There, in the presence of God, he received not just laws, but a covenant, a sacred bond between the Creator and his people. The Ten Commandments would be written by the very finger of God, carved into stone, to teach Israel how to live holy and righteous lives. Chapter 2. The people turn away. But as Moses lingered on the mountain, the people grew restless. Days turned to weeks, and their patience gave way to fear, and fear to rebellion. They gathered around Aaron, Moses' brother, demanding, "Make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him." Aaron, yielding to their pressure, collected gold from their jewelry and fashioned a golden calf. "These are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt," he declared. The people rejoiced, dancing and offering sacrifices before the idol. Laughter and music filled the camp, echoing up the mountain. But the God who sees all was not blind to their betrayal. The covenant was being broken before it was even delivered. Chapter 3. The Tablets of Stone. On Mount Sinai, God's voice thundered. He gave Moses 2 stone tablets, inscribed with his commands. "You shall have no other gods before me." Exodus 23. "You shall not make for yourself a carved image." Exodus 24. "You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain." Exodus 27. "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." Exodus 28. "Honor your father and your mother." Exodus 20:12. "You shall not murder." Exodus 20:13. "You shall not commit adultery." Exodus 20:14. "You shall not steal." Exodus 20:15. "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor." Exodus 20:16. "You shall not covet." Exodus 20:17. Covering how his people were to honor him and live with one another. Each word was etched by the finger of God himself, a divine signature. But as God handed the tablets to Moses, he warned, "Go down, because your people, whom you brought up out of Egypt, have become corrupt." Moses descended, carrying the weight of both stone and sorrow. The sound of singing reached his ears, and he saw the golden calf and the people's wild dancing. Chapter 4. Moses' anger and God's mercy. Rage burned in Moses' heart. He threw the tablets to the ground, and they shattered at the foot of the mountain, symbolizing how the people had shattered their covenant with God. He ground the golden calf into powder, scattered it on water, and made the Israelites drink it, a bitter taste of their sin. Moses turned to Aaron in fury. "What did these people do to you that you led them into such great sin?" Aaron stammered, blaming the people's demands. But despite God's anger, his mercy was greater. Moses climbed the mountain again, pleading, "Oh, what a great sin these people have committed, but now please forgive their sin or blot me out of the book you have written." God heard Moses' prayer and spared the nation, though justice would still come for those who refused to repent. Chapter 5. The second tablets, God's grace shone again. He commanded Moses, Chisel out 2 stone tablets like the first ones, and I will write on them the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke." Moses obeyed, climbing Mount Sinai once more. There, God descended in a cloud and proclaimed his name. The Lord, the compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. For another 40 days and nights, Moses remained in God's presence. He ate no bread, drank no water, only communed with the living God. God rewrote the commandments on the new tablets and renewed his covenant with Israel. Chapter 6. The Glory of the Lord. When Moses came down from the mountain, his face shone with radiant light from being in God's presence. The Israelites were afraid to come near him, so he placed a veil over his face when he spoke to them. He held the tablets high, and the people trembled, not just at the stone, but at the weight of God's words. The 10 Commandments would become the foundation for Israel's life and faith, a guide for generations to come. Closing reflection. The story of Moses and the 10 Commandments is not just about stone tablets. It's about a holy God calling his people into covenant, mercy after failure, and the power of his presence to transform lives.